There we go.
Fantastic. Okay, so welcome everybody. And as you're watching this short Vibe presentation, two things you want to be aware of. There are some fantastic video links for you to look at. And you can watch those afterwards, and we're going to point you in the right direction. The second thing I would do is I'd take a blank piece of paper and look at all these lovely people on the line right now. You're going to hear from all of them. In fact, most of you guys are on the challenge. Most of you guys are already in the Vibe business. And I just want you to prepare a 30 to 60-second testimonial at the back end of this presentation. And for all of you guests, I want you to hear from these people, because this is the kind of world you're going to be exposed to out there. Every single person in the community can play a part in Vibe. Everybody. And the kind of categories you want to be thinking of as you start to hear from all these people here is identify all the sports people you know out there. That's a one category, okay? Everybody in the sports and fitness world, that's a huge world. Identify all those. They have an opportunity, and you're going to find out how they're going to do it, to be able to be so successful for their careers in this buy opportunity. They can increase their cash flow by doing their workouts in a fitness, in the workouts they love to do in this challenge group environment, and also they can increase their profile. They can have their clients tripled by this opportunity. So that's one big world. The second world you want to be thinking of is all the kind of people that you're going to hear from tonight. People who would love an extra 1,000 a month, who want to have their half their food bill paid, their mortgage paid, and their car paid for. That's a whole world of people out there who'd love to do this on the side. And then you've got a whole world of entrepreneurs you're going to hear from this evening, and they're called influencers. People who do know a world of those people. So they're kind of the people who know that world, and they have influence on that world. And there's a huge opportunity for you. Finally, everyone. Tim, thank you. Everyone in your world who could do with getting on a challenge. Hands up those who think they know people who could do with getting on a challenge. A health and fitness challenge, yeah? Yeah, we all know them, and they're down the road from us. They're every single person in the community. And as you hear more about the model of the challenge group, you will say to yourself, there is not one single person in your whole community who wouldn't be able to have a major impact on the challenge group model. So they're the 4 categories. That's the world, by the way, guys. That's everyone in your whole world. And as we go through this presentation, I'm just going to go into just a few key slides just about what this is. And I just want to encourage you as well that as you're looking at this first slide, which is all about an entrepreneur, about being an entrepreneur, think of the word entrepreneur. And as I ask these following people who are in the business and are part of this panel group, if I was to ask you guys, what does an entrepreneur mean for you? Shayo, you are a very successful leader in this business, but you're also a mom of 3 young children. What does entrepreneur mean to you?
Hi, good evening, everyone. To me, entrepreneurship means time freedom. I wanted my time freedom so badly. I wanted to be there for my children, for my family. I wanted to be able to take my kids to school in the morning. I wanted to be able to attend their parents' teachers' meetings. I wanted to take them to their after-school clubs. I wanted to be able to cook for my family every single day. And so I wanted the time. I was working in corporate job. I was working as a contractor. The money was great. However, I didn't have the time. My kids were raised by au pairs for about 6 years, and I hated that. I really hated it, and I was looking for a way out. So that was what led me to this journey called entrepreneurship.
Thank you so much. Think of the world of people you know like Shayo. John, over to you. You have had the most successful business career. You have come from corporate, normal business. What does entrepreneurship mean to you, and why Vibe for you?
That's a great question, Tricia. Entrepreneurship means lots of different things to lots of people. And for me, it kind of boils down to looking at the list of things there's quite a few things that I can relate to. But the personal freedom is probably the main one. Yeah, I mean, when I left university, I set up my own business straight away. So I've actually never worked for anybody in my life. So I'm not quite sure if I can comment on what it's like, but I certainly like working for myself. The problem is, or the issue is, it's not always, a bed of roses. There are lots of things you've got to think about. You've got to take a lot of risks. You've got to, do things that maybe you wouldn't ever imagine yourself doing. I think the main thing is, though, that you don't let the begrudgers get you down. Don't worry about the people who say no. In fact, you get lots of no's. In fact, it struck me after a while that the more no's I get, that's okay, because there's a yes around the corner. And it's really, really important to focus on that. Don't worry about what the experts say. And don't worry about all the reasons why you're going to fail and all the reasons why it's going to be so difficult. It doesn't matter, because if you have a vision and you can force your way through by working hard, then you get there. So you don't have to be part of a hierarchy. And then you can approach your work, you can approach your environment any way you like. If you have a good idea, you can just try it. If you know something works, you can influence people to help you to make that happen. So you've got such a lot of personal freedom. And that really is important. The second thing I'd say is you can definitely, number 6, pursue your passion. I'm really passionate about Vi for a whole bunch of reasons, and which I'll maybe get a chance to explain later on. It's perfect for what I do. It's perfect for my background. It suits me very well. But it allows you, therefore, to be really enthusiastic with people, because your sincerity and your passion comes through. And if you're speaking to people in a networking environment, nothing makes up for lack of passion. That's one great thing to have. And the last thing I'd say is basically, lots of definitions of entrepreneurship. And so somebody once told me once that the difference between an entrepreneur and a non-entrepreneur is like this. An entrepreneur is somebody who has a great idea and does something about it. A non-entrepreneur is somebody who has a great idea, and you get what I mean, doesn't do anything about it. Everybody has wonderful ideas. We all have great ideas. We all think, oh, that's such a great idea. I wish I thought of that. The whole point about it is it doesn't matter about the idea. It's taking action that matters. It's actually doing something about it. So what I'd say is take the great idea, which is Vi, and do something about it and make it your own. Yeah, take the initiative. Do something different. Find a new way. And share it with your team so that everybody else can follow it. And that's one of the great ways you can really drive very powerfully through a network marketing business like Vi.
Thank you, John. Well, one of the things that I would say is our background is 4 years ago. We here in UK, we're looking at this company, Vi. We saw 3 inspirational young guys take this company, Visalis, to be the #1 health and fitness platform in North America and Canada. They had 3 million transformations through this really amazing innovation called the 90-day challenge. It absolutely was the most resounding success, and it was their cutting-edge science, their marketing, the technology. They did $2 billion in sales over 10 years. The opportunity that they gave to over 50 millionaires, 800 six-figure earners. But the thing that most inspired my husband and I was the final one. We saw a company that gave 18,000 people an opportunity to earn €1,000 a month and get car qualified and be able to drive a BMW. That said one thing to us. This company was giving out generous incomes to people early on. That said, that the masses could get involved in something like this and just make that extra €1,000 a month. That inspired us. And this is the first time we'd seen something like this in direct sales. It was absolutely unheard of in the past. So here's what happened. We went over to the US, just a bunch of us. We went over, we listened to this co-founder, Nick Sarnicola, that you're going to hear from in the next few minutes. And we sat with him for 5 hours, and we'd never heard anything like this before. I've been an entrepreneur for 22 years. Left teaching, left Ireland, left teaching, became an entrepreneur in London. And all these years I've actually struggled to build businesses here in the UK and Europe. And what I found was that these guys were different. They were coming in with something that was so refreshing to anything else we'd ever heard of before. And this Project 10 challenge really caught our attention. We came back to work here. They chose the UK because we are the 3rd fattest country in the world. What a thing to be a bronze medal for. I mean, what a thing. 67% of men, 57% of women, either obese or overweight. Children not predicted to outlive their parents. And this came in like one amazing, refreshing change in the marketplace. Over 100,000 people took to the Project 10 challenge. Shai, wasn't it just amazing? I mean, you were part of this not from the outset, but you saw the transformations that were happening all across the UK. What for you do you think, I mean, you probably want to explain what the Project 10 challenge is first, but what inspired you about that when you got involved?
Well, basically, the Project 10 challenge is challenging people to improve their health 10 pounds at a time. Everybody that I came across needed to lose weight or improve their health, or just needed to have additional nutrients in their system. You know, the way we eat our food these days, the kind of food we eat, all the processed food out there, many of us are not getting the nutrients our bodies need. And because of that, people are falling ill. There's so many illnesses out there. We live such a fast-paced lifestyle that you know, we want everything right now, including the food we eat. So we all eat processed foods. And because of that, people are falling ill. People are falling ill. You know, so many illnesses linked to our diet and linked to obesity. And so when I saw the Project 10 challenge, I thought I needed this for myself to start with. I'd always struggled with weight. I was always the fat child, the cute round girl. You know, so I'd always struggled with it. And I wanted something that would work for me. I saw how this challenge had worked for people in the US, over 3 million transformations. And I thought to myself, if it could work for 3 million people, then it can definitely work for me. If it doesn't work for me, it can't be the product. It's got to be me. And that was the way I looked at it. And I got on board and started using the products. And for the first time ever in my adult life, I was able to stick to a program for longer than 2 months. It was unbelievable. I lost so much weight. I actually shrunk. People couldn't believe it. And for me, what's even more important is the fact that it's become a lifestyle change and not a diet. And that's what is exciting about the Project 10 challenge, is helping people create that new lifestyle they can maintain for life. And so when I looked at the opportunity and looked at the fact that everybody I know wants to lose weight, or they know somebody who wants to lose weight, it just made perfect sense to be a part of it and share with everybody I knew. And so that was what got me excited about the Project 10 challenge, Tricia.
Fantastic. And of course, the Project 10 Kids, it was such a successful thing when it came into UK and Europe. And it was so inspiring that a local children's charity, for losing 10 pounds or gaining 10 pounds of lean muscle, there was an opportunity for 90 meals of great nutrition to be given to children in a local children's charity. So the whole social message was so well received here. And this is a huge part of the mission of this company. And this is the simplicity of it. I think, Tim, for you, this is kind of a really, really kind of key thing about the simplicity of this whole product line. Nutritious, healthy, fast food, drinks and snacks wrapped around the challenge and a vision to be the #1 transformation company in the world.
Sorry, that. Ah, there we go. I was looking for the crunch. Yeah, I mean, the products are really amazing. I just received, 2 hours ago, I received my crunch sampling kit to give out to everybody so they can taste crunch. And I had 30 samples. I just actually opened one. I just ate it just a couple of minutes ago. That's how delicious it is. You can see here we have amazing mix-ins. It's all about healthy fast foods, and having them being delicious is one of the key things in Vi. You know, so many diets out there. I'm not going to call any names or anything, but there are so many diets out there that are just not tasty, and they're full of, I'm not going to say crap, but I'm going to say it anyway, they're full of crap. Our products are just healthy. And the next slide is going to show you one of the things that's coming into Europe. It's going to be neon. You know, I know Shayo is really excited about this as well. I think John is excited about this, but everybody's excited about neon. You know, this is something, if you talk about a company that is innovative in their products, they launched this 2 months ago and they've already done 1 million cans in sales. That's 1 million. That's not selling 100 cans in 2 months. That's 1 million cans. I think it's this much something in 2-3 months. I mean, that's 2.5 million in sales in 2-3 months. Imagine that coming to Europe, beating Red Bull, beating Monster. And that's how crazy this company is. We have the most amazing products tested by one of the co-founders and kid, his son, Ryan Blair, and his kid. They taste every product. They approve every product. Which company has their CEO trying the products? You know, most CEOs would be like, just develop it. If it makes money, we're good. Not our company. Our CEO tests it. And I can see Trish is running away all the time. I think she's getting Nick in a minute. Nick will be joining us in a minute. So, yeah, and then we also have our delicious shake. I mean, shake mix, it tastes like a cake mix. We don't say it just because it's some advertising thing. If you haven't tried it, you have to, really have to. Trish, you there?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as we experienced about 6-8 months ago, the company had the vision. You want to just mute everybody, Tim? Had a vision to capitalize on the biggest trend in society, which is the whole world turning to group fitness. Okay, fitness being the thing out there, as you see boot camps and Zumba and people getting together in community, doing exercise. It's fun, motivational, with all that support behind them. You know, that's what the world is going to. And what this company's vision is to be the #1 company in the world to bring more people into health and fitness without equipment. It's a huge vision, and of course the birth of the challenge groups has been so well received in Europe, because we are all into, as you just go outside your door, everybody's into this level of fitness. But we're putting together, we have already rolling out the challenge group model, which incorporates working out and just an experience every single week as people come along to this challenge group, of having a great environment of, you know, recognition, of support, of encouragement, and in between as well. So amazing model that is really, you're all at the very forefront of this all across Europe, which is really exciting. So what I know you've done, all of you who've been on the line right now, you have watched the overview part 1 video. So that's what you've watched so far. And right now, I know some of you haven't watched the second part, which is the strategy.vi.com, and I would really recommend you would do that. And we're about to hear live from the very person who actually is presenting in the strategy.vi.com. It is just an absolute pleasure for me to have our co-founder, Nick Sarnicola, with us, present right here, right now, to share with you his vision for UK, Holland, and Europe as we go forward.
Hey everybody, 1 second please. All right, let me just get a thumbs up from you, Tim. Make sure I'm coming through all right.
Yep, you're going good.
All right, well guys, first of all, as you've heard a couple times, we're at the gym here, so I'm in my workout gear, so please forgive me. But I wanted to step in before you guys kicked off to talk about the entrepreneurial part. Due to scheduling conflict, I can't come in at the end. And just share with you guys that what you're about to look at is the #1 business vehicle, you know, in North America today, and shortly to be the #1 business vehicle in all of Europe. You know, our goal is to take a $1 billion brand, a brand that we've done here with myself that has created a, 3 million physical transformations, the people that have lost tens of millions of pounds and consumed 500 million meal replacements, and take that brand and bring it into Europe and create a sustainable entrepreneurial vehicle that you and your family can make an extra 1,000, 2,000 pounds a month with, or do something significant. And have it be your retirement. Have it be something that you can walk away from your career with, and take the challenge that you just saw earlier and impact physical body after physical body, transformation after transformation, and put your family in a position to never work again for somebody else and only be your own boss and work for yourself. And be able to take this company, all across all of Europe. It's no secret that it's easy for us to communicate with our friends here in the UK because, we speak that there's no language barrier. And we trust into our UK leadership to be able to take us into the countries and the surrounding areas, because of the obvious language barriers that we have there and geography. So, we know that our top earners and our top builders are going to be in Europe out of the UK. And, also, guys, the UK has a major obesity issue. We're talking about 62%, 63% of all people in the UK are overweight. You are the 3rd heaviest country in the world, right behind the United States and Mexico. So, a great business model. You get to be an entrepreneur and make money by helping people lose weight. And every time you lose weight, we'll sponsor kids that suffer from childhood obesity. It's a fantastic combination. It's a very reciprocal model. It's something that's making a difference in many people's lives all the way across the board. And the key part is here that you can own a piece of it. And I'm going to talk about that at the very end. Before I do that, I want to introduce you to two people. The first person I want to introduce you to is a young lady that flew in from Illinois to work with us at this boot camp over the last couple of days. And she's going to share with you guys, her quick story in just 60 seconds of what has happened for her and her family building a part-time business. As a mom, as a grandma, building a part-time business. She's going to share with you guys in 60, 75 seconds. Here's what's happened for her and her family. So hang on one second while I hand it over to Kim. Kim, over to you. Kim, you use the first outlet.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Hi, this is Kim Carver.
Hello, Kim.
I'm really glad to be talking to you today. I just want to tell you real briefly my story. My husband and I owned our own business for 20 years, and we also worked traditional jobs, and we built our Visalis business alongside that. Last year alone, we made about $83,000 part-time, and that's my husband working 60 to 70 hours a week in his regular job, and myself working 40 hours a week. I've since retired from the state of Illinois, which was a government job that I had, and I do Visalis full-time now. But we're very busy people, but we just absolutely enjoy everything that we do. We're so excited about this wonderful opportunity. I have to tell you briefly that my largest part of my organization is in the United Kingdom. I have an ambassador over there named Jeanette Farrar, and she was just a Facebook acquaintance of mine. So you can build this, empire throughout the world through all kinds of different vehicles, but Facebook was one of them. Social media is great. So I hope you guys are enjoying the presentation, and you're very fortunate to be able to hear from Mr. Nick Sarnicola. So I'll send it over to Rachel now. Hold on just a minute.
Thank you.
I just use mine.
Yeah.
Just use yours.
I didn't even bring mine in.
Don't worry.
Hey everyone, how are you?
Hey, there she is.
Hey, I saw you earlier.
Yep.
Hi, Tim. So I'm Rachel. I've been a fitness expert for the past 8 years. I've been a CrossFitter for 4. I have an undergrad in human biology and a master's degree in preventative medicine. I absolutely love the challenge because the science behind the product is amazing. And being in this field, the fitness field, for as long as what I have, I've never found something to help me feel as good as what I feel for the amount of work I do on a daily basis. And I've been able to find it so easy to be able to give to the masses. So everybody needs to lose weight, everybody needs to feel better, everybody needs to maybe put on a little muscle, and that's what our product can truly give. So to make yourself successful in your business, you're going to want to listen to your upline, pass them off, pass them off, pass them off, tell them, hey, this is an amazing product, you got to check it out. Do you have a couple of minutes to check out a video? Let me connect you to my friend. Don't ask, get them on the phone, work it like it's like you already own it, because everybody wants to own a piece of this company, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You want to own a piece of this company, and find the experts that you need to connect with people, and you're going to do amazing. I'm so blessed to drive a free MW, get free products, and I am 34 years old, a mother of 2, and I'm in the best shape of my life.
Awesome,
Blessings,
Rachel.
guys.
Thank
Have
you.
an amazing day.
Thank you. All right, guys, I have one more story for you, but I want to preface this story because I told you guys I want to talk about equity at the end. We have a unique value proposition for you guys, which is the ability to own a piece of this company. 10 years ago, when my partners and I started the company, we offered a chance to own equity. And the people that took action on that, many of them earned several $100,000 when we were purchased. Some of them became multimillionaires when we were purchased, just for doing a little bit of work and qualifying for the equity. Well, last year, my partners and I bought back controlling interest of Visalis because we're 10 years old. We had sold the company 7 years ago, bought it back last year. And in this buyback, we took 6% of the equity and we put it on the table for anybody who wanted to go to work to own a piece of the company for the rest of their lives again. And every time that there was a dividend paid to the shareholders, you would get paid as a shareholder. Next year, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, every time there's a dividend, you could get paid. How many nine-figure a year companies are giving you a shot to own a piece of it through your action and productivity right now? I got one story I want to share with you about a guy from 10 years ago. He owned a piece of the equity from the work he did 10 years ago. He didn't have a home run success. He wasn't the top producer. He just got himself a little bit of equity. And when we were purchased, let me share with you, I will let him share with you guys what happened next and what he was able to do with it. Out of Colorado, Vince Owens, over to you. That's the first part.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Vince Owens from Denver, Colorado. I was one of the people who was fortunate enough to be with the company in inception. And like he said, grabbed a piece of the equity, and it was just phenomenal what happened. After 10 years of, not even 10 years of work, actually just positioning myself, really, it just turned around to be well over $600,000. Guys, it was just phenomenal. I really had no reference point to understand what it was really all about. And it just turned my life around. I was able to pay off, the mortgage on our church. We were able to pay off the mortgage on our own home, our physical home, able to put away money for, my children and grandchildren, and it's phenomenal. So the position that you guys are in right now is way more catastrophic than what we were able to take advantage of. So I would advise any of you guys right now who are going for it, man, go for it. I mean, just go for it with all your might. Let everybody know about it. It is just incredible. We got great leadership. We've got a great cause, and man, we're really helping people. So, my total earnings was way over $600,000. So, like I said, guys, $600,000, that's over $500,000. I don't know where you can go and get that done. I had spent 22 years in the insurance business, and I never made over $60,000 in an entire year. So to have that happen, man, it just literally blessed my life. So God bless you guys, man. Come on, make the decision. Come on, go with us, man, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you all. Peace.
Thank you, sir. Bless you.
Okay, everybody, I'm wrapping up here with one final thought. I'm going to kick it back to Trish. Thank you for your patience as we jump in and out of here. But I had the stories here. I had people from all across North America in my gym right now, so I figured they'd all share. But that last story by far is the coolest. To be able to hand a man a $660,000 check at one time because he owned a piece of equity from what we did 10 years ago. I would love to hand your family a check every single year for owning a piece of the equity of every customer that we get in the UK, in Europe, in Asia, in South America, in the US for the rest of the years to come. Own a piece of this. With that, I'm going to kick it back to your leader here that is running this webinar, an amazing woman that knows how to build a fantastic network. She has been one of the 2 top money earners in all of Europe for us since we kicked off Europe a couple of years ago. A ball of energy. She's a nonstop workhorse. So I'm going to kick it back to Trish Cavanaugh. Guys, have an amazing, amazing rest of your night. Welcome to the challenge. Welcome to the team. I look forward to working with you guys. Be well.
Thank you, Nick.
Thanks, Nick. That was fantastic. That was so great to have Nick and all the testimonials. And what's really, really cool, by the way, is that we will regularly, I just spoke to Nick, we'll regularly have him on our webinars. And we'll have loads of stories coming from across the pond. And what's so great too about that is that there's no limit to the way the stories come through. They're all very dramatic. All the stories, and you're going to hear some of them towards the end of this session. Stories that are so emotive, so emotive. There's no story that comes out of this opportunity that isn't hugely emotional for the people involved. So, yeah, and you can watch his video, by the way. I think that this is a really cool video to watch. If you want to know how they started, the real servant-hearted leadership that these guys had as they took over this company and how they created their success and confounded the whole of direct sales around them. Nobody could keep up with them. So have a look at that video. It's a great one to watch. And, we started in a huge debt. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how bad our situation was when we started this, but we had made a bad business choice the year before. We'd been running a successful health company. We were doing very, very well, but we made a bad business judgment, and we were struggling. We were about 200,000 in debt and came into this losing our home. I mean, it was very, very dismal. Had to borrow the money from my mother-in-law to get started in this company. Literally within 90 days, we got to a 6-figure annual earning. Within the 2 years, built $500,000 in earning, was able to throw all that money back at our debt. And I've never had to think about money again. I've lived my life.
Trish, your sound is gone. Shayo, can you say something? Oh, maybe it's just me.
I live my entrepreneurial life always worried about bills. I never really got broke out of that one. And since I joined this company, I've never had to think about it. But it's not just about what we did. You see, what drew us into this company was the fact that we wanted to see thousands of other people do the same. We wanted to see thousands of people live debt-free lives. That was a huge one for me, is to be able to enable people not to struggle like I struggled. And the thing that inspires me most is to see that we are at the very, very forefront. You see, we did that in the pioneering 2 years, where we were trying to work it out here. The model is perfect. It's in place. There is nothing missing. It's kind of poised for the right people to come on board and to absolutely crush what we did in the last 2 years as they open up other countries across Europe. So for any of you looking in here now, this is the time, not 2 years ago when we were pioneering. And as Nick said, we love the equity. And I want you to be thinking, how much of it do you want to have for yourself coming up to the end of 2016? And, you know, if I look at wave 2, which is what we've just gone through, $1.65 billion in sales. They're looking to repeat that in Europe as they open up every country in the next 2 years. And, you know, starting is kind of quite a simple thing. And what we really want to do is equip you to get the maximum thing from your executive promoter system. And that is the thing that I would really encourage you to do. Shayo, why would you say that somebody who is starting this business should start with an executive system, which costs £407, by the way, guys? Why should they get started with an executive kit?
Well, the executive promoter system has everything you need to start off your business right. You've got lots and lots of samples. You've got marketing materials. You've got tools. You've got brochures. You've got everything you need to get started properly. And I would encourage everybody to start with that. And I do know that, you know, maybe not everybody has that right away or immediately. That is not a problem either. Speak with the person who invited you on the webinar. They will be able to share with you how you can get started lower than that and then work your way towards getting that.
Yeah, I mean, I just love that. I love the fact that people can start where they're at. It's so fine. Wherever you're at is fine. 10 ways to earn income, and incredibly generous ways, and all the 10 ways to earn income. I love pay plans, but I have never seen a remuneration plan quite like Vi. It is outstanding and continues to grow. They just recently came up with an increased way that people could make money fast. In other words, you can get your investment back from your executive kit within your first week. There's the kind of bonus you can get in your first week by having 3 people who join you on your team as a promoter with an executive kit and 3 customers. And, you know, a lot of the kit too that you get, a lot of the product line has trial sample kits that you can get out to those who you want to get on the challenge. So getting started is easy, it's simple, and our job as a team is to get you in profit immediately. We love this position because this is a kind of key position that people focus in to achieve in the next 60, 90 days. Now, one of the kind of key concerns that people have as they look at this whole model is, but I don't have time. I'm going back to a really busy life. I have got so much going on. How can I fit this in? Well, you are going to love our model because you slip this in with an amazing team support. You fit in. You have a kind of quite a simple role as a sort of an introducer. When you start this, you want to kind of get the word out. But we as a team take that introductions. We support you wholeheartedly to get you to a position where you can focus on this more. And a lot of people, when they start to see this work, start to think to themselves, well, if I got to that position, I could get 12 people to that position. And with the challenge group model and how we're working it right now, there are many people in your team who will enable 12 regional directors to happen in and around your city in the coming year. And it's all about product lines that are highly consumable, delicious tasting food, snacks and drinks that you get paid on every single week. Every single week. You get paid weekly. before you know it, your paycheck comes in again every single week. And that's the key to the success of it. And you know, this is probably my second favorite thing about this company is their personal development program. When you look at building a global network, the last thing you want to be thinking of is having to train everyone yourself. If you could have a company that has the wisdom to do the mindset, skill set, and leadership training for your organization, wouldn't that be the most perfect way to get started? You know, I know, Shire, particularly for you, it's a huge one. I know this whole area of building that skill set, to become leaders in businesses. What's your thoughts about the way the company are around this and training?
Yeah, it's a fantastic opportunity to be able to learn from people that have, you know, they've got the skill sets, they've used the skill sets, we can see that it works in their lives, and to be able to wrap yourself around, or they wrap themselves around you and teach you exactly what they know, it's phenomenal. You know, I haven't come across any other industry where you have access to such people, and that's one of the reasons I love our industry. You know, the people that have done exceptionally well, they really want to teach you how they did it. They want to show you step by step how they got there. I don't know if anybody else has such access to millionaires in any other industry that would do that. You know, we've just listened to Nick talk to us, you know, about the company. Nick has earned over $11 million promoting this product, this company, you know, the products we do. Where else do you get such things? And those are the things we benefit from our leaders. And when John Maxwell got involved with mentoring and the leadership development program, it was an answer to a prayer for me, because a few months before I had tried to attend a John Maxwell certification program, and I couldn't go on because I couldn't afford it. And then just a few months later, I was told that John Maxwell had come on board to train leaders in VI, and I was selected as one of the leaders to be trained last year. It was a blessing, a huge blessing, and answer to prayers. And you know, to be able to benefit from such, it's incredible. You don't get things like this from so many other companies out there. So for me, this is a huge plus that Visalos has for their promoters. Awesome. I love it.
And if I could just budge in, Tricia, just to give 2 cents about that. You know, it's not only for the entrepreneurs, but it's also me. I'm pretty new in the business, but the last couple of months have been I have a personal growth that was, you know, the last 6 months were more valuable to me than the last 7 years in regular office job. I mean, I've learned so much about myself in the last 6 months, and I've grown so much as a person in the last 6 months. I could not have done without VI, so to say, and without the leadership and without the people that we have. And if you talk about mindset, I wouldn't have done it any other way, and I wish I've done it sooner.
It's a classic thing though that Tim is saying, and I think one of the things I will say around that is that Tim represents so many people who I have visually seen totally grow hugely, and I don't think you can put a price on it. It's all jolly fine us talking about all the great earnings we're going to earn and everybody's going to earn, but I don't think you could put a price on people's growth in who they believe that they can be. There's nothing as powerful as people knowing that they can control their lives, and there's a lot of youngsters, by the way, out there who are going to love being part of VI for this mentorship program. So those of you who get involved, you will love our daily team support system. I mean, one of the things about this is that we have this platform from 8:30 in the morning, it's 9:30 Central European time, till 11 o'clock at night. And we are all in. So as you go off, I just want you to imagine that you kind of invite some people to come and join your team, and they join your team, and you've got to go off to do your business every day. Isn't it just so fun for you to know that you have a bunch of people totally all in building your team in this daily support system? We're running daily webinars. We're running 3-way calls. It's like you know, if you kind of like plug into it during the day, you'll just see it like a multiple call center. The only difference is we're all laughing. We're all having great fun. We're all having such results. Huge productivity happens every day. And you could be off doing your job and not have to be the one building the team. Like, you're going to find yourself wanting to plug in more and more to the daily team support system. John, I know you come from an entrepreneurial world. I don't think that was part of your daily world. was it that people could have this type of level of support?
I'm just looking for John. I'm not sure if he's still
Oh,
there.
John's gone. Okay. So John's not there. Okay, but one of the things that so anybody else want to share about the daily team support system?
Well, it's amazing. I mean, I've seen these things happening. We have all the recordings. It's like Trish says, from morning till the evening. It doesn't matter when people have time on the schedule. You can just plug in, and there's already somebody there that's already in the business that has experience. You know, it's not going to be the new guy on the block that's going to lead the conversation. It's like this. We have a 5-star ambassador, Trisha, who will be there to help these people just get into the business, answer all their questions. I will be there, for instance, to ask sports questions. We have John on there, for the business side as well. And there's all these different kinds of people that are online to answer all kinds of questions. And if you cannot answer it, we will see when somebody is online to help you out. And that's the kind of support you will need within Vi. And that's one of the things. I'm from the Netherlands. Trish is from UK. Shai is from the UK. We're talking to the United States. I mean, that's how international we are, and that's how we help each other. Doesn't matter where you're from.
Fantastic. Thank you, Tim. Well, just before we go, guys, I just want to encourage you, first of all, to get back to the person who introduced you. We are going to be running these webinars every single evening, except for tomorrow evening, as I'll be flying back from Grand Rapids from here. But every single evening, we will be recording these. For those who can't be on live, we can send the recording. Although there's something more powerful about getting a live on to an event. We're going to be starting to do from September twice a day. We'll be running them at 1 o'clock and 9 o'clock. We'll be running all sorts of different events during the day on Zoom. But do watch the videos. Do sit down and study the videos and get yourself familiarized with our daily support system. Set yourself a goal. Set a health and fitness challenge goal. Make that be your priority. Join a challenge group. I couldn't think of anything better for you to do than join a challenge group over the coming weeks so that you can experience a personal transformation yourself. And most importantly, you're going to be a 1 or 2 or a 3. You're going to either join the challenge, you're either going to want to get your product for free by joining the challenge, or you're going to join the challenge and get paid to promote it. And you know what? We have great getting started training. So for those of you who say, fancy getting started on this, we're going to start immediately. Getting started training with the person who introduced you. So here's where the fun begins. If you fancy sharing a 30-second, 60-second testimonial, put your hand in the air and we will unmute you. So I want to have all those guys who feel they'd like to share their story. It can be health and fitness or business. Oh, great. Yinka, go for it.
Hi everyone. Hope you've enjoyed the webinar. I started the challenge early February. What got me excited was when I listened to Nick. Initially, I was skeptical when I first talked to Shia, but I was encouraged to go to a meeting where Nick was going to come, and what he said blew my mind. And I started the shakes, lost weight, lost tummy fat. Tummy fat I wanted to lose since 2010. It's just, I knew what I had to do, but the motivation and the support, but from February till now, it's just been so amazing. And, it's just the network of support, the inspiration, Shia, Trisha, Lara, all the Vi team, the Vi family. You're so amazing. You're the best dream.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kath. Thank you so much. Absolutely brilliant. Hands up. Who wants to go next?
Who do we have?
Who wants to share this story?
We have Royson and Danny Royson.
Yoka wants to. Go for Yoka. Then we'll do.
Sorry, ladies first. Ladies first. Yoka goes first.
That's before the broom, right? I tell you, I have never exercised in my life, and I am proud to say I'm 65. And I tell you, this is a challenge on a challenge on a challenge, right? Trisha is challenging me the first time to go on a bicycle. I actually felt I wanted to have those 2 little wheels on the side. And I was saying, be careful, be careful, be careful. I was so petrified. We had so much fun. And you know what? I'm getting my balance back. I'm getting my energy back. I cannot take shakes. This is the first shake I've been able to drink. And I'm building lean muscle. And while she was trying to get this on a video, I said to her, I'm trying to get 10 pounds of lean muscle in 10 days. I got my knickers in a knot. But the thing is, in 10 days, I don't know how I'm going to do that. But anyway, I mean, you learn as you earn. This is the fun. Now, the reality of this is as well, I've lost 10 million euros in one deal 5 years ago from South Africa.
Wow.
And I have 9 grandchildren. I need to leave a legacy. The seriousness of that is very much in my heart. You know what I'm doing now? I'm leaving a legacy. While I'm leaving a legacy and making equity, what I'm also doing is building up other people's lives, having fun, and getting my body into shape. It's never too late, guys. Never too late.
That's great. Who's next? Who's
Roy.
next? Thanks, Yuko. Great.
Roy is
Roy,
awesome.
go for it, Roy.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Royston Denny. I joined the challenge in 2013. I was 14 stones. I said to myself, what's this all about? I jumped on the challenge. My first 90 days, I lost 28 pounds. That's 2 stones. I was feeling amazing and I couldn't believe it myself. And every morning now, I still look in the mirror and say, how handsome you look because you've lost 2 stones. So yeah, and for myself now, I'm working towards having equity myself so I can leave a legacy, with my family and inspire other people with the new mindset training I've been doing for myself for over probably about a year now, 2 years, and it's great because everyone needs to do mindset training for their self so that they can move forwards.
Thank you so much, Royston. That's brilliant. One final one, guys, before we close down. Who'd like to share testimonial?
I want to hear you, Tunde, because I have heard
Yes,
her
you
story. She's going to close it out. She's going to kick it out of the park, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Yetunde from somewhere in Essex in the UK. I'm a breast cancer survivor. I'm celebrating 10 years of being cancer-free this month. I was a size 22. After breast cancer, I had a disabled badge, couldn't do anything myself. I lost 21 kilograms in 6 months, but I was tired. My hair refused to grow. My nails were always breaking. It was just a sad story. My friend Shaya told me about the challenge in June 2013 when it just came, and I said no to her for 6 months. But then I kept watching all the activities on Facebook. And then in December, I ran out of juices in my house, and she sent me a shake and I was hooked. My hair's growing back. My nails are no longer breaking. My energy levels are awesome, back to the pre-cancer state. And I'm just having a lovely time with the Vi family. People keep on asking me, what are you on? Well, I'm on the shakes. And it's been a wonderful time. Anytime I go to the hospital, they always say, go and keep on doing what you're doing. They're happy with me. I've not put on any more weight. I'm happy, and I'm working on equity now. Thank you.
Awesome. Fabulous. Woohoo! Well, guys, it was great to have you all online this evening. And I just want to encourage you. We're going to be doing them all the time, so just keep inviting. What I would encourage you to do, watch the videos, sit down with the person who introduced you, get to know the support team, find out what we do on a daily basis. And I so look forward to working with all of you guys to build the most successful Vi team business over the coming year. So thank you to you, the panelists. Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Shayo, John. Thank you, those who shared your stories. Thank you, Yinka, Yetunde, Yoka, Royston. Don't think I've missed anybody else. And have a great evening, everybody. Speak to you all soon.
Thank you, Trisha.
Bye.
Thank
Thank you, Trisha. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. If anybody has any questions, feel free to answer them. I'm still here for a couple of minutes, so. You can unmute yourself, ask any questions. Not too many personal questions.
I'm going off now, Tim. Catch you later.
Shaya, thank you again. Good night.
You're welcome. Good night.
So if you have any questions left, this is the end basically. If you have any questions, you can unmute yourself. Otherwise, I wish you a very good night. And we'll see you guys on Thursday again. That will be the next one.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good night. Thank you for coming.
Have a good night, Jim.
See you, Terrell. Marlene, you're all set? You're good?
Yeah.
So what do you think of the presentation?
Yes, it's a presentation I've heard similar in the past, but it was interesting. And, yeah.
What did you like the most about this presentation regarding the other ones?
Just probably reassuring you that you can lose weight from the stuff, and
is that one of was that one of your concerns if the products work?
Definitely.
Well, I can tell you a small story. I have one of my customers. In kilos, she was 150, which is over 300 pounds, and she's already down now about 60 pounds. And she's one of my top ladies, and the only thing she's doing now is just 2 shakes a day and a cookie. And that means for me and for her, it's a life-changing thing. And we have so many results, so many stories that confirm what we do. And it's not about the shake itself. I mean, they're great products, but it's a mindset that we change within people. So it turns into a regular lifestyle without using the word diet or, all these things. Because I don't use the word diet. I don't use it. It's not a diet. We don't do diets. It's just making small change in your life and every day making small changes that eventually will make you lose weight and make you feel better again. And all these small things, but have a massive impact in the end. And that's basically what we do. We're not the Cambridge diet that says, here, drink 3 shakes and you lose weight. That's not what we do. We want people to see what we do and really get to know Vi as a transformation company. And we're not a shake company. We have so many other products, and it's really changing your life and changing it into something better.
Okay, so what is it you eat differently?
Well, what I do, and this is something personal because I have been into fitness all my life, basically. I always look at people and I have them write down and sometimes even take pictures of what they eat during the day. So in the end, you can see what you ate that day, and maybe you're not eating enough. I have people that don't drink enough water, that are eating at the wrong times. So it all depends per person what's happening in their life. I have some nurses in my customers, and they have irregular job schedules. So I have to see how I can fit in the meals for them. But I also have people have a 9-to-5 job like myself, so I know exactly what they need to do, and I always check with them what they ate, if it's candy or cookies or chocolate, all these small things that add up in the end, what makes them not lose weight. And I take out every single thing and maybe replace it with better foods or with easier foods, healthier foods. So giving them options is better than to tell them not to eat something. It's better to give them something else. And instead of eating let's say 2 cookies a day, of course we have the Vi cookies, but I always tell them take some vegetables with you, take some fruit with you, eat that, for instance. Or if you want to have a cookie, use the Vi shake mix and make Vi cookies. That's a part, we have recipes for that, so why not make them? We have all these different things we teach people, but that's something every promoter does in his or her own way. depending on, of course, the expertise that they have. But there's always somebody in the team that has the knowledge and expertise to help somebody with a specific problem.
Okay.
So it's been an amazing ride so far, and I'm just looking at my Facebook. I have several messages already from customers asking, "What are you doing? How is it going?" Because everybody's really engaged in Vi, and that's an amazing. It's a very grateful thing to do, to have people transform their lives, and yeah, I don't know. The only word that comes to mind is I feel very humble by you helping all these people.
Okay, thank you.
So if you have any questions, if you can see my name, you can just add me on Facebook and see all the things that I do. Or if you have any questions, just let us know.
All right, thank you.
All right,
Bye-bye.
have a good evening then.
Bye-bye.
See ya, bye-bye.